Collingwood total.
Well, it's all stopped for St Kilda at the moment, hasn't it? They just can't get any run or drive through the midfield. When they have come forward a few times, they've turned the ball over by just giving that one extra hand pass or just some sloppy disposal. So the momentum of this game is undoubtedly with Collingwood.
Peckett, he kicks it to himself. It's around Marnie. Runs his full quota. The passes low. Daniels and Buckley. I don't think that was a mark. And the umpire agrees. He said he's going to ball it up. That's Hayden Kennedy. That's just in the centre square.
So Hayden Kennedy, grand final umpire 2 years ago. So well versed in these close, tight encounters. And we've surely had quite a few of those in recent years between these two great sides. Harvey wobbles it up to half forward. The bouncer loose low. Schwabel, Watson, Godden, his first kick in league football on the left foot into the forward line. Zilla clearing out onto the left foot. Harvey floats the handball in the path of Burke. The bounce always difficult on the hard cricket pitch area. Lappin, Peckett, Long. Here's a chance for the Saints. Wakeland in front. Michael, cool, controlled. Godden works in. Here's the chance. Heatley on the round. Saints coming back.
Kicks a goal. His second. The difference is back to a point in favour of the Magpies. We expected a close game. We've certainly got it. Everett and Rocker. Rocker's done well at the centre bounces. Good tackle by Buckley on Jason Daniels. It's going to be another bounce. Nathan Buckley, 29 kicks, 6 handballs. Rocker and Everett again. A test of strength, won by Everett. Fickle bounce, Watson. Winmar confronts him. Godden. Second kick. Certainly not a great one. Thompson might have been taken high, but he didn't have the football. And the umpire said it's going to be a free kick. It might be 50 metres. No, that's not. Thompson. Right half-back flank. Low, nearly. Daniels. Nathan Burke. Off a step. Kicks to the Saints half-forward line. Punched away by Michael, who's done that a lot today, and he's done it effectively. Winmar wrapped up. Harvey takes the little flick. 45 metres out. The champ goes at goal, and it rolls through for one behind. Kicked by Robert Harvey.
Poetry in motion. Robert Harvey, Nathan Buckley. I mean, for purest sense, what else could you want? On 11:15, it's all squared up.
Again. Yet again.
Watson just to himself. Keeping it in the sunshine now. The kick goes into the shade of the northern stand. Michael in front. Winmar spins off the confronting Osborne. Very hard in at him there. Mickey Winmar, 200 games last week. Going the ball here. Osborne coming in.
It's where both players just have to go. Winmar went hard enough and Osborne did too through the contest.
So the ball to be bounced. Half forward. Marnie does the ruck work and just forces it over the line.
And then we have this situation here where Watson will be doing the ruck work against Everett. I mean, there's a question here, can Everett actually make something of this because he should? He's got that extra height.
He does with a big left hand. Marnie's in front position. Well done by Thompson. Just a little bit on the body. Back to Everett. Left foot. Torpedo when a drop punt was required. Bounces out of bounds. Really some more control was needed on the kick there from Big Peter Everett. I'd suggest he knows that now, and I think Stan will be reminding him straight onto the phone.
68,063, the attendance this afternoon.
Brown surging forward. That's Tony Brown, but Gavin Brown jumps in for the Pies. The two milestone players. Gavin playing his 200th game. Tony his 50th.
And Gavin still to get a kick. Remarkable. But Winmar hasn't been the match winner he could have been. Williams missed it. Schwabel. Oh, around Everett, only just. Good mark. Aussie Jones.
sense that St Kilda have to get a goal out of this thrust forward here now.
And it's one-on-one, Everett versus Watson. Just see if the height can matter.
Didn't matter. Loewe has taken the mark 15 metres out. Has kicked 2 behinds today. He missed from a similar distance after he took mark of the day down there. Should not miss this one, surely.
In the ebbs and flows of the game, St Kilda's last 5 minutes, they've started to play well again. It's just been that way all day. One side's got on top, then the other. Now he's got to get his head over the ball, Stewart Loewe. That's the secret to kicking straight.
For his 460th career goal. And what's he done? He's missed again. You would not read about it in a nightmare. But the Saints do lead by that margin, 11-16 to 11-15.
Terribly demoralising when a team sees one of their forwards miss a shot at goal, you know, from point-blank range. All of a sudden you've got a goal, and then they've got the ball kicking it in.
But what Stewart Loewe has to do is not go into avoidance by not going down there to put himself in the position again.
Michael, great grab. He would have needed to take that mark, otherwise he could have been free kicked. Still he goes. Michael from half back. Over the top, Peckett. Thompson. Harvey. Collingwood player down injured. Get on that in a moment. Cripps. Good tackle, Patterson. Ball jarred free. Patterson tries to go on with it. He can't. And Collingwood player, that's Liddell, is it?
Seen this a few times. I mean, Liddell's hurt, but a few times with St Kilda, they've tried to overuse the ball around midfield, and they've come back into the centre square when there was no free player to be used. And almost you can see the graze on his head, Pete, where it looks like
he'll be coming
the grass burn.
Might be a bit of blood.
The trainers need to bring this to the attention, see the players there. Collingwood players try and bring it to the attention of the umpire. Umpire Hayden Kennedy must stop the game. Isn't in control. Saints come forward. Collingwood playing virtually a man short in this situation. Taylor off the ground. Heatley in front. Wakeland, Shane Wakeland to Lappin. Down he goes. The umpire continues to call play on. Ball tied up. Michael right at the bottom of the contest.
I always think in those situations, Wheels, the forward side has to just whack the ball forward.
The other umpire's seen it.
Umpire Hayden Kennedy eventually.
And Liddell will be blood real. But I was saying that flurry in the forward 50, that is where in those real tough contests, the attacking side has to just get in and whack it forward. It's amazing how a 10-metre knock towards your goal, it'll be your team that tends to be able to run onto it.
It's the real essence of just keeping the ball alive, not allowing it to die in the forward line, pushing on out wide every opportunity. So now we have this situation struck up here. St Kilda leading by just a 1 point. Ball being bounced inside there, attacking 50. Low, perfectly over the back. Young back on the ground, on the left foot. Curls it around. So Matthew Young back onto the ground.
Well, he had a bad shoulder injury, we were told. He may have had a pain-killing injection.
But he's there.
Shane Watson kicks to himself. And then to the outer side. Collingwood with the numbers. Rowdy missed it. Still couldn't get a hand pass away. Loewe takes it from Brown. Punch away by Watson from Heatley. Harvey. Dangerous in these situations. Heatley again. Off half a step. Into the goal square. Everett. No, over the line. Touched. And rushed through for a minor score.
Great piece of work there by Heatley. Just feigning the handball. Out wide and then coming back again. Really has given St Kilda this season a real focal at centre half forward.
1 goal 4.
And what we've got here, Buckley's in on the half forward line, which is why he's not kicking the ball in.
1 goal 4 to the Saints this quarter. Watson again kicks to himself, runs out wide, kicks long, marking contest, Loewe in front, free kick according to the umpire. Going St Kilda's way. Loewe to Winmar. Winmar across Krasiska, down towards half forward. Wakeland. Lappin on the left, snap, Everett, Watson, he'll take it through for another rush behind. So St Kilda 1 goal 5 now in the final term, doing all the attacking.
I must say there's been a lot of behinds, and both sides, neither side has bring the ball out from the kick-ins with any efficiency.
Watson kicks out. Let's go down to the fly, Russell.
Yes, Peter, Chad Liddell's getting an injection in his skull, and he's probably got a nice slice about 4 or 5 centimetres long, so he'll be okay, but an injection in your head, mate, think about that one.
Jones, Patterson, opponents all day. Jones wins out. Back to Winmark, confronted by Marnie. Too high. This is a tight ball game. No quarter asked, no quarter given. Winmar with the kick, driving into centre half forward. Loewe, Heatley from behind. Play on's a call. Umpire Gavin Dorr waving his arms in the background while confronted. Francis to Prasiska, the left foot across to half forward. Rocker in front, couldn't take it. Shanahan with Peckett. Peckett through the centre of the ground. Left foot, one-on-one contest. Wakeland versus Watson. Wakeland playing it to himself, loses it. Assistance arrives now for both sides. Collingwood in tied up.
I got a feeling the umpire was unsighted, but it looked like a Jason Heatley mark from where we were before. But this is so tight, it's going to come down. Have a look at Heatley. He took the big jump.
Oh, that's a mark.
Yeah, no doubt it was a mark. Yeah. But the umpire didn't get the view we got.
So the ball being bounced 25 metres out from St.Kilda goal. Everett to Wakeland. He's got 3. Curls it. He's got 4. What an addition to the St.Kilda lineup he's been over the last 2 weeks.
Well, he's been the wild card, hasn't he? And we expect that Heatley can be a goal kicker. We know that Everett can be a goal kicker. We know that Loewe can be a goal kicker. But the 4 goals today from Shane Wakeland has just been critical in earning the St.Kilda lead.
4 goals, 3 to Shane Wakeland. The difference back to 10 points. Brown confronted by his opposite number 2, Francis. Young loses out to Godden.
Leo go, no, stay back where it's a long kick out of the centre bounce. It would fall into your arms.
Play the percentages rather than get back in the line.
Yep.
Godden from centre half back for the Magpies. They need a couple of goals. Osborne, the high flyer in the middle of the pack. Couldn't complete it, Francis. Brown, his first kick for the day in the last quarter, halfway through it. Up to half forward. Marnie. Oh, he's confronted by Thompson and a couple of others. And the St Kilda defence does well. It will be bounced on the 50-metre line. Russell Morris, some more injury news.
Yes, Chad Liddell has come back on the ground, Peter. How's this for new technology? They put an injection in his skull and then stapled it together. I think they're going to call him Frankenstein from now on.
Sounds lovely. Rocker up high. Watson. Good smother by Cripps, who chases after his own work. Will he pick it up? He won't.
I must say, better him than me. Doesn't sound much fun having a gash staple, does it?
Thanks, Barney. So throw in Collingwood's right forward pocket. Sav Rocker and the Spider. Everett, a little topo. Snap by Watson, it may bounce! It does, but it bounces through for one behind. Just the wrong side of the post. Watson's first score of the day. And Collingwood score to 11-16, trailing St Kilda 12-19. The difference is 9 points. Kick in to Cripps. Cripps in the back pocket. 8 minutes remaining in this match.
This is where St Kilda just have to get across to the boundary line, give him tall options, not try and mess around.
Well, not tall, but a great option in Aussie Jones to Harvey, and you wouldn't get a better combination. Harvey from left half back. Lovely kick, lovely mark to Loewe.
That's not a bad addition to the combination.
No. Stewart Loewe had a good duel with Shawble. Did take arguably mark of the day earlier in the game. Oh, Michael steps up from the back to take a beauty.
A very impressive youngster at fullback for Collingwood. Uses Scotty Russell to Prasiska. Experience, 198th game of league football. A couple of bounces on the wing position. Left foot, Rocker stumbles. He's been tripped. Umpire Hayden Kennedy right there. Darryl Wakeland playing in defence. Shane Wakeland in the forward line.
And you can't accidentally do it, I don't think, as long as if it is the contact from the opposition player that causes the trip, then it is a trip. It doesn't have to be intentional, of course. It was just really unlucky there. I think their legs got tangled, or maybe he just fell over. Nevertheless, the umpire saw it as a trip. I suppose that's all that matters.
Anthony Rocker, 4 behinds for for the day. Still goalless, with some Kilda fans behind that southern goal, waving, shouting, cheery on your boot. Who's won it? The Pies have won that little contest.
His first goal, less than a kick in it again.
Well, one has to say that StKilda Collingwood games at the MCG are living up to their reputations. Again, it's down to a one-kick margin, 3 points to StKilda. And again, this trip, it was a difficult one. I don't know, it's maybe his feet got caught with Wakelands, or maybe he just stumbled because he was trying to accelerate. It's all just subjective now because the free kick was paid.
StKilda by 3 points in a thriller. Sav Rocker, he's done well at those centre bounce contests. He tries to slap it forward to a teammate. Only to see Justin Peckett on the end of it. Peckett's kick up towards half-forward bounce. Heatley backed his judgment, did it well. Young grabbed, tries to spoon it out. Here's a chance. Brown a snap, will it bounce through? Wakeland, can he get number 5? Yes! Hit the post. Oh, let's look at that again. Wyndham hit the post.
I tell you what, he's did hit the post, no doubt about that, but I suppose it's the holding the man the crowd would have been roaring about, I suspect.
12-20. 12-16, it's 4 points the difference, low underneath it.
It's tight. Gavin Brown whips it over the back. Matthew Young working with Jones. Jones pushing it back in. Wakeland, Shane Wakeland. Lappin, the look away, flick over. Michael with Russell. Russell under pressure from Lappin. Young overruns it. Comes back again. Godden. Preston Knights working hard at it. To the line. Throw in. And Luke Godden playing his first game of league football.
You remember this one, Terry?
He certainly will. What a debut. In front of a huge crowd of the MCG. Schwabel and Loewe. Schwabel gets it away. Gavin Brown charging through. Daniels. Gavin Brown charges a second time. Crudely, no. The ball to be bounced.
And interesting, we've spoken about Nathan Buckley. It looks at the moment, it's like Robert Harvey, the two guns, in fact, are opposed to each other. Oh no, they just caught out in general play. It looks like Daniels is on him.
Umpire Jamie Love, second year of AFL football, bounces the ball. Rocker gets low out of the way. Francis takes one from Daniels. Back for the kick. Tony Francis, a goal in the second quarter. 4 goals last week. The Pies really looking for something from him. A very crowded forward line for Collingwood.
Under 5 minutes remaining in the match. No one can bring it down. Harvey tackled by Marnie. Aussie Jones, he does that well, the youngster. Jones's kick, a penetrating drop punt. Michael from the back tries to punch. Winmar gets clear of his tagger Brown. Shuey Loewe, no open goal. He kicks and he's goal. In the house.
Kilda now out by 10.
He's done very little today, Nicky Winmar, but I must say setting up that goal from that crunch situation half forward, the kind of magic, the way he kept his composure and was able to carry that ball through half forward to stead up Stewart Loewe.
Danny Frawley in the Collingwood coach's box. Worked for Channel 7, the home ground of football yesterday at the Optus Oval between Richmond and the Western Bulldogs. He's surely working a lot harder here today in that coach's box. Burke for StKilda to half forward. Loewe will do the shepherding for Harvey. Does it, but can't cover the back. Squeezing was Krasiska. Winmar again. Can he weave something again? Handball missed by Brown. Off the ground by Loewe. It's threatening the Collingwood defence. Scotty Russell stands strong.
4 minutes left. Collingwood needs 2 goals. Russell gives them some run out of defence. He gets to 50. Ball slews off the side of the boot. Wasn't where he really intended it, or was it? Buckley. No one there to take the hand pass. Nathan Burke, a shepherd for Harvey, for Young, for Daniels. Daniels out the half forward. Everett, the spider, around Tony Francis for Burke. Back to Big Everett. A little give. That's still out. Goes at goal, and he's kicked it. Nothing. Gets long. It's there. That's the sealer. An unlikely goal kicker. 14-20 to 12-16. Stephen Zilla has kicked what I think will be the sealer.
Yes, probably so. Collingwood have to kick 3 goals from this point. And again, everybody hasn't been able to drift forward unopposed today, but he just got those couple of key possessions. And then when he set up Zilla for the goal, well, it's going to be tough for Collingwood to get back from here.
Stephen Zilla with his 4th goal for the season, and none more important in his AFL career. Gives the Saints the lead by 16 points. Tough road now for Collingwood. They work in the centre bounce area. Patterson and then right. Quickly on out. Williams needs to break this tackle. Can't. Ball spills to Buckley. Can he break it? He's tripped. He is. Free kick to Nathan Buckley. 27 minutes have gone in the last quarter.
Yes, no doubt about that. The tackle slipped down, and eventually the only part of Buckley that Daniels could grab is his foot. So an obvious free kick.
3 goals, 2 to Nathan Buckley. A goal in the first, third, and earlier in this last quarter from right on 50. He unloads. His 30th kick floats away to the right.
And we see it so often that 50 metres is a long way to kick. We say it all the time. No double with the distance from Buckley, but sometimes you still try and steer the ball rather than really getting some forward momentum in the kicking action.
Stanell's looking to take some control. Bleeding, asking. Zilla. Still in the back pocket to Tony Brown. He's at half-back now. 50th game. What a memorable game. Harvey protected by Zilla to half-forward. Everett's out there loose. Held up by Buckley. He'll use that big, long left foot kick of his. Here it goes. Probing to within 30 metres. Winmar, Brown, Wakeland, Heatley, steps. Left foot bounces out of bounds.
2.5 minutes remaining. Time is against the Magpies. They need 3 goals. They're trailed by 15 points. An enthralling contest before 68,000 fans. Schwabel and Loewe. Loewe, Marnie, Brown. Flipped over the top, nearly a throw. Krasiska. Mops up from left half back. Osborne nearly bounces off his chest. A throw it on centre wing.
But what about the record between these two sides during the 90s?
It's unbelievable, isn't it, how many close games they've had?
A draw, 2 by 1 point, another by 2 points, 7 points, 8 points, 10 points and 12 points. 12 points, the greatest margin.
Harvey, probably the greatest difference, you'd reckon. Taylor loses out in that contest, knocked away by Wakeland. Now the free kick here. It's going St.Kilda's way. It's going to Stewie Loewe. Centering kick. Everett got the big mitts to it. Couldn't complete it. Russell. Wakeland and Taylor. Into the goals. Heatley. No. Yes. Finally. Heatley kicks it. That's it. Three goals for Heatley, with 35 scoring shots to 29, and the Saints will get home.
Well, yes, in the last 10 minutes of the game, it's really been a question of who has their patch of play at the right time today, and it's certainly gone in the ebbs and flows. But in this last 10 minutes, when the game was up for grabs, St Kilda are the team that's won it.
So this has all but ended Collingwood's rush towards the finals. Having sat on top of the ladder after round 8, and since then only having beaten Fremantle and Melbourne, winning 2 out of their last 9, and St Kilda remain alive, very much alive. 4th on the ladder coming into today's game, now setting up to take on Sydney at the SCG next week. Brown on the left foot to Winmar, juggles the mark, confronted solidly. The umpire's allowed it to go on. Marnie steps out. The boy from Williamstown, forward handball to Rocker, settles down, goes long, right to the square, to his brother. No, Wakeland does enough. Thompson paddling along, should get the body behind it. Peck it does, steps out, a couple of bounces. Forward handball to Burke. Burt long towards the wing. Winmar and Brown in contest. Winmar in front, Brown behind. Advantage towards Jones. Away he goes. One bounce, two bounces. 55. Cuts in board. Smother was very, very good. Gavin Brown with the opportunity.
Great duel, as we said. He and Winmar. Nearly kicks it back to his opponent, but the mark is taken by Patterson.
Great play by Godden. He knew that Jones was going to try and come inside, and he just held back on him.
What a game. Peckett from Buckley. Lappin, short of half forward. Confronted by Buckley. Loewe in front of his tag, Shawball. And Stewie Loewe, who's been most inaccurate today, has a chance to kick on what may be the last kick of the day.
But he's just found a bit. He hasn't been a great player today, Stewart Loewe, but I think in this last 10 minutes, he actually has just lifted himself as one would hope.
Here it is. The Saints have won it. Loewe will go at goal. Stan Alves breathes a sigh of relief. Loewe for his second. A memorable contest here at the MCG. And Stewie Loewe, no pressure on him here. Hits the post again. That sums up his day. 1 goal, 4. Luckily, the match didn't depend on that. He has had better days kicking for goal. He'll be practicing during the week. But the Saints have won a great contest. The fans certainly got their money's worth. Collingwood didn't get the result it wanted. But St Kilda, a real force to be reckoned with this year. 15-21, 111. Defeating the Magpies, 12-17, 89.